This Fulham's first appearance, of course, in an FA Cup final. They've been in 4 semi-finals previously and lost them all. The first as long ago as 1908 and the last in 1962. Meanwhile, just looking back at West Ham's record, this is their third Wembley FA Cup final. They were here, of course, in the first ever Wembley final back in 1923, the famous White Horse final, when they lost to Bolton Wanderers by 2-0. And we're back here 11 years ago, when they won the Cup, beating Preston North End, then a second division side, by 3-2. They have played another match, of course, at Wembley, and that was successful as well, when they won the European Cup Winners' Cup final against the German side in 1965. Fulham to the right of the cameras, the Fulham supporters, immediately above the players' tunnel. And opposite the players' tunnel, the bank rows of West Ham supporters clad in their claret and blue. Forecast of the result. The Dad's Army, Alan Mullery the captain, and Bobby Moore of Fulham may have some say in that. The Mayor of Hammersmith enjoying his cigar. Obviously a Fulham supporter. So, Fulham and West Ham emerge from the tunnel to the roars of this 100,000 crowd. Strange twists of football reflected by these two men leading out the sides. Alex Stock, a manager for 30 years, this is his first FA Cup final. John Lyall, who's been manager of West Ham for only 9 months, gets to Wembley in his first season. The captains, Alan Mullery and Billy Bonds. Billy Bonds has only ever been to Wembley once, and that was to watch. Graham Paddon is following Bonds. And Bobby Moore comes out to the atmosphere he loves and knows so well. This is Moore's 47th appearance at Wembley. He's played here 44 times for England. And of course he's played in 2 finals for West Ham. Bobby now 34. And he's smiling and chatting with some of the men who played with and around him so long, his West Ham colleagues of just over 12 months ago. Tommy Trinder, the Fulham chairman. He's been chairman now, well, he's been on the board for 36 years. He first supported Fulham when he was a boy and he used to nip over the Riverside fence. He never thought he'd see Fulham at Wembley, and he really still can't believe it. And in fact, he says it's ruined his music hall act. Well, that's the Fulham side. The 2 best-known players, Alan Mullery and Bobby Moore, have both captained England. And incidentally, they've played in 5 cup finals at Wembley between them, and they haven't lost one. Mullery played with Spurs in the 67 final. They won that. He played in the Spurs League Cup winning final of 71. And Bobby Moore with the remarkable record of winning 3 Cups in successive years at Wembley. In 64, the FA Cup with West Ham. In 65, the European Cup Winners' Cup with West Ham. And in 66, the World Cup itself with England. Now, by contrast, in the West Ham side, 4 of these players have played at Wembley before, but never for West Ham. Lampard's played for England here, and so too has Trevor Brooking. Graham Paddon played here for Norwich in the League Cup final 2 or 3 seasons ago, and Bobby Gould, the substitute, also appeared here for Arsenal in the League Cup final. There's Busby, leading scorer for Fulham with 6, and leading scorer in this season's FA Cup competition. John Mitchell, when he turns round, the man whose semi-final goals brought Fulham to Wembley. Mervyn Day, one of the youngest goalkeepers ever to appear at Wembley, only 90. Billy Bonds, the captain. Never been nearer to the final, he says, than watching a television set, while Alan Mullery, of course, knows Wembley so well. He's playing here for the 16th time today. It looks as if Billy Bond had the choice, and I rather suspect he said we'll turn round. Incidentally, the wind swirling around the top of the stadium is, if anything, a little bit from right to left. Peter Miller. Wonderful season he's had. Alan Taylor, this is a real fairy story. Brought into the side for the match against Arsenal, his first full match for West Ham. He scored twice there in the 6th round. He scored twice in the semi-final to bring his total of FA Cup goals to 4 and to win himself a place in this match. Trevor Brooking, England international, very much the inspiration in the middle of the field in terms of creation for West Ham. Ron Greenwood, who's done so much for West Ham in the edge of the picture with John Lyle. Ernie Gregory, goalkeeping coach Bobby Gould, John Collins, the Fulham coach, and Bill Taylor, the senior coach, alongside him. And so the All-London 1970 final about to start. Fulham, in their club colours, white shirts and black shorts, playing from left to right. Barrett for Fulham. Slough to number 8, Conway. Barrett. Fraser to Conway. Lucky deflection for Brooking, and he missed out totally. That's Conway again. Barrett. Fulham prepared to knock it about. That was Mullery. Slough ploughing forward, and the whistle's gone. A free kick just outside the penalty area. Alan Slough, the former Luton player. Mervyn Day in the goal. An early chance to be tested. It's fully 30 yards out, and it's Bobby Moore and Mullery lining up for the kick. Push wide, Fraser. Slough. Foul by number 11, Holland. So 2 quick free kicks in the first minute for Fulham. Bobby Moore wants to take it, and he's very accurate with his floated crosses. And the header there was from Mitchell. Quick dart by Mitchell, and nobody picked him up. Moore lining up the back four and waving Lacey and the full-back forward. Lacey winning his first duel in the air. Busby. Well laid back to Mitchell to Conway. Busby pushed it too far. Mullery supporting. Conway. Busby. But unlucky. Lampard battling with him. And good tackling back by Busby. This is locked for West Ham. In trouble. Slough. Day, body right behind the ball, but he felt the force of Alan Slough's right foot. Alan Slough really hit that, and Mervyn Day will feel a lot better for having got behind it. Wembley could be a goalkeeper's graveyard, and no greater test for a goalkeeper than this famous stadium. It's Bobby Moore in trouble. Jennings and Lacey covered, and Moore missed out totally then. It's a bit awkward in this wind. Jennings certainly harassed the great man. And so it will be Padden with his left foot with the corner. Tommy Taylor up. Swinging awkwardly, and Cookbush took it on, and another corner, no. Alan Taylor was the man who hit it. Alan Taylor, who started the season with Rochdale, and that's John Cookbush, who was out of the side with injury in the semi-finals. Moore. Fraser. Mitchell. Barrett. Busby. Fulham are certainly moving, that's Mitchell. Tommy Taylor in the way. In these first 4 minutes, Fulham have started in the most lively and confident fashion in front. Locke. Slough for Fulham. Number 4, Mullery. Conway. Going wide, Mitchell. Placed by Taylor. Conway's up on the outside. Good, long and deep. Slough. Carried Slough and found Barrett. Slough looked as if he could make it, but Barrett picked it up from behind him. McDowell got that. But a significant start by Fulham if they can capitalise on it. There's no trace of nerves, and really they've been very lively and very enterprising. Lacey for Fulham. Taylor just checking on Day. Good long kick. Fraser. Number 10, Slough. Fraser. Blocked by McDowell. Number 10, Brooking. Wonderful dummy, but more perfect interception. Barrett wandering all over the place. Number 7, Jennings for West Ham. McDowell. Number 11, Holland. West Ham free kick. McDowell to take it. Jennings marked by Lacey. Good jump by Taylor. Alan Taylor very quick. Mitchell. Locked by Brooking. Brooking in possession. Well tackled. Alan Slough. Conway. Played into trouble, the ball was too slow. Taylor working like mad. It's Jennings. Now Brooking. Holland. Pitch is a little bit slippy. Patton to McDowell. Fulham with a lot of players back now. It's Bonds. Holland. Attacking the defender. The covering player was Mitchell, but he missed out. Taylor. That's Alan Slough. Not Alan Slough. It was Fraser. Mullery. Locke looks today. Taylor checking on the forward players. Picked out by Cookbush. That's Lampard. Patton. Lampard. Lampard's first chance to attack. Number 4, Bonds. McDowell's available. Good ball to Brooking, who's onside. West Ham beginning to buzz. Lacey won it. McDowell, offside, yes. Well, these first 8 minutes have shown already that both sides are prepared to keep it open. John Mitchell. Mala looking for more. Slough. Moore again. It's Mitchell, well screened. Unlucky. Holland back to number 5, Taylor. McDowell. Kevin Locke. Locke, only 21, Moore's natural successor. Attacking this defence, but allowing him to carry the ball and right through the fullback's legs. Well, I didn't hit that too cleanly. It's Busby. Conway. Number 2, Cutbush. Busby. Conway. Already looking a good player. Mitchell didn't read that, but he fought to get it back. Tommy Taylor. Lampard. Slough. That's Bonds. Brooking. McDowell linking. Holland is wide on the right. He's taking the fullback from him. There's Holland. Set up on for the cross. And behind the lot. That was Cutbush, now McDowell. Whistle's gone. Promising move by West Ham.
Go around the dog track now.
Mullery for Fulham. Incidentally, these two sides have met once this season when Fulham beat West Ham 2-1 in a League Cup match. Fraser in trouble on the wet pitch, and it's Holland for West Ham. Bonds with freedom. Tearing at the defence, but there were too many. It was Conway who got the touch, and Slough to Moore. Mullery. Busby. Loves it on the right foot and he's quick. And he kept it in. The throw being left to Mullery. Mullery's such an inspiration as captain. He's been full of fun all morning and all week, in fact. Keeping the side relaxed, full of wisecracks. Busby turned well, but the angle was too tight. Busby waving Conway wide on the right. Bobby just lining up the back four as Day kicks. Slough on that between two West Ham players. That was Barrett. Fraser. Busby. Bonds. He's got a free player in Lampard. Number 3. It's locked to Lampard. No trouble to Moore. Took a long time of it, and Murray was anxious to help. Cutbush. Mitchell. Robbed by Patton. Number 10, Brooking. Patton supporting. Bonds. To Holland. Locke. Giving it away. Barrett. Mitchell. Conway up on the outside. And calling. And that was Holland helping Lampard. This is Fulham's first corner, and they've pushed Big John Lacey up wide on the edge of the 18-yard box. Lacey about 6'2½". Alan Slough is another dangerous player in the air, but he's pulled well back outside the 18-yard box. Conway with the corner. Lacey! Lacey came in, no one found him, and the header had a genuine power. Was left to Slough. Busby to Barrett. Busby on a run, but the ball too long. John McDowell. The marking's tight. Brooking made space. And that's Busby. Good shot. Busby, when he's in the mood, is dangerous, and he looks in the mood today. He wriggled free then, and the shot was struck well. Lampard. Wants players short and finally found McDowell. Taylor. In the way Fraser, and that's Holland, ball still in play. Taylor for West Ham. Goal kick. "15 minutes gone, no score in this 1975 FA Cup final. Brooking for West Ham. Mullery following Brooking. That's for Holland. McDowell on a forward run. That's McDowell. Bonds. Taylor. Conway for Fulham. So Mitchell. Rather Cutbush. Mitchell's run forward. Conway. This time he's looking to Mitchell, number 7. Busby to Conway. Trying to measure his chip, but Lampard in the way. Patton. That's Laces. Conway. Speed to attack. Lock in the way. Conway can cause this defence trouble. The Irish international. Mullery waving him away. Busby. Conway. Mullery. Slough. Cutbush. Good run by Slough. And he was taken by Lampard, but the referee waved play on. Conway. Appeal for hands and given. Mullery taking his time about the kick. And certainly, on the balance of play, Fulham had much more of the attacking. Lacey's stolen up. And again he wasn't found. The big centre-half crept up on the outside and again won the ball cleanly. Jennings did well, but not quite well enough. Pat Holland with the throw. Bonds. Hasn't figured too much yet. Holland. McDowell. Holland. McDowell again. Good control. Should be Mallas. And he was confident enough to hold it despite Jennings on the attack. Again, not a very good kick by Mella. Lampard. picture of Jimmy Conway. A lot of injury trouble this season. And Fulham needed him for this match, and my word, he's sparking. Busby. Conway. Busby. Mullery in space and calling. Mitchell didn't quite dwell on the ball long enough to lay it off to Slough. It's John Mitchell, and this is Mervyn Day. Fraser. Barrett. McDowell anticipated that. Number 7, Jennings. Number 6, Bobby Moore. Found Holland. McDowell. Mullery. Lock hard in to Bonds. Forced to hold it because Hollands was offside. That's McDowell. Fulham then pressed forward in defence to catch West Ham. West Ham were aware of it and were uncertain because of it. Moore. Bonds. Mullery. John Cockbush. Minutes gone. No score, but Fulham had more of the attacking. It's Busby. Did well. Conway. Good tackle by Locke. Bonds. Holland. Bonds. Deflection. Miller got that onto his right foot. It's McDowell. Instructions from Ron Greenwood and John Lyle. They're going out to Billy Bonds, the captain, who's the nearest player. Mitchell. Slough. Barrett. Firm tackling by McDowell. Les Barrett played in Division 1, 2 and 3 with Fulham. Slough. Barrett. Support from Fraser. Mitchell is 7, 5 is Tommy Taylor. Slough wants the throw. It's Barrett. Slough. Too deep. Conway couldn't hold it. Jennings. Patton. As Taylor laid it off to Brooking, now Conway. Slough, it's a beautiful ball by Conway. Slough. And what good tackling by Locke. Patton for West Ham. Brookings an elbow, and play waved on as Mullery fouled Patton. Cleared by Lacey. Mitchell, number 7. Number 5, Tommy Taylor. Not much help there yet. Busby, too wide. That's Lampard to Patton. Lampard again. There's really no way that Mitchell could find Busby then. He was hidden away. Alan Mullery. Barrett. Busby couldn't save it. And it's awkward to judge these long balls in this wind. The wind is swirling, it's not consistent. Fulham bench. John Collins, the assistant coach, the first team coach Bill Taylor, Alex Stock, Ron Woolnough, and the sub Barry Lloyd. Slough won that. Barrett, Fraser, McDowell for West Ham, Jennings, Holland, McDowell, Lampard with acres to play with. Loves to have a crack. Busby. Lampard emerged and Brooking helped. Good run by Brooking. And that's a beautiful ball. Jennings! Brooking's ball then was sheer perfection. Enough to tempt the defender, but so accurate that it found Jennings to the inch. Slough to Moore. Taylor. Jennings. Fraser to Moore. Checking on his forward players. This is Conway. Conway a little bit careless, but he was anxious to see what movement was going on up front. Graham Paddon. Brooking. Fouled. Short kick to Brooking. Good run by Bonds. And the anticipation by Mellor was just enough. Bonds thought he was fouled. The kick went the other way. Again, another very good kick by Mellor. And this time Brooking penalised. Moore. Busby. Turned so quickly. Nothing, no one to help now. Bonds. McDowell. Taylor. Fraser for Fulham. Barrett wants it. The space, has he for the cross? Yes. It's Paddon and Conway. Conway penalised. Fraser timed it better. Slough. McDowell for West Ham. Brooking, who's coming more and more into the picture. Moore, cool and controlled. What a ball to Busby. And Locke was quick enough, but under pressure and still cool enough, but out of play, no. It's not given. McDowell for West Ham. So much starting from him. Moore. Lacey. Fulham starting the long build-up, but the front three, Barrett, Busby in particular, and Mitchell, have once shown they can trouble the defence. And this man too in midfield's operating well. Conway. That's Mitchell. Well blocked by Taylor, and behind was Slough. Collingwood and John Lyle comparing notes. Lacey still strong enough. Lampard. Nice shot of Graham Patton. Lampard. Lacey was there. Mullery. McDowell. Bonds, number 4. It's Mullery. He knows the business. Foul. Kick quickly taken. Billy Bonds. 15 minutes to half-time. No score. Moore got there first. It's Barrett to Busby. Busby really has controlled some of these balls, hit him wonderfully well with that right foot. Now it's Mullery. Slough. Cutbush. Mullery's ready and waiting. Switching play. Barrett had been away, was away then if he hadn't been fouled. Lacey's up, and twice already Lacey's caused trouble with his head. Again, they haven't put a player on Lacey, number 5. And Bobby Moore to take the kick. Holland now for West Ham. Alan Slough battling for everything. Underrated player. Free kick. This time Brooking penalised. So far, West Ham's expected dominance in midfield through Bonds, Brooking and Patton hasn't really happened. Bobby Moore. Unusual slack pass. Lacey misjudged that, and so too did Jennings. It's Moore. Mitchell did well to resist. Moore. Busby offside. Matt Holland operating in the main wide on the right-hand side. I would suspect that West Ham are seeking to attack this young fullback. Fraser is playing out of position at left back. But so far they've made little impression. Mullery now to Slough. Barrett. It's just too far. Les Barrett, very much a mood player. When he's on form, he's one of the best wingmen in the country. Can really attack on both sides and use both feet. McDowell with a lot of room. Bonds. Brooking, good dummy. Went for the lot, and the foot that cleared it was Fraser's. That's Patton. Moore. Number 7, Mitchell. And momentarily then, Fulham wobbled. All caused through the skill of Trevor Brooking. Now it's Bonds. Brooking's out at wide and offside. Piece of marvellous football skill and technique by Brooking created that situation. John Fraser Fraser for Fulham. Slough. Fraser. Moore. Mitchell. Slough. Mullery. Conway. Attacking Patton and then choosing Busby. Conway again. Help behind him with the full-back, and that's Holland working hard. And successfully. Patton. Lampard. Lacey is not missing much in the air. Patton. Bonds. Lampard. Brooking made it his. And the whistle's gone for a foul. Brooking disappointed that the advantage wasn't played because he was loose. Brooking, so creative, got so much imagination. So Graham Patton with that accurate left foot for West Ham. Oh, wonderful glance into the roof of the net by Alan Taylor. Taylor's speed off the mark, his greatest asset. And just watch the way he made ground to this ball. Over 5-6 yards, he really flies, and he got there first. Moore. Fraser, who can be well satisfied with his first 35 minutes at Wembley. Slough. Mullery. Conway's on his own on the right, but Mullery switching play. Barrett. Taking McDowell on. Conway. Patton. To Holland. Where to go now is the problem. There's Mitchell, who ran out of room. Billy Jennings. Taylor. Fraser read the glance. Busby. Alan Slough. Busby again. Does turn well. And again. Mullery. McDowell. Mullery is significant, it's seeking out Barrett out there. Wembley has a reputation for being a wingman's paradise, but the speedway track does make it difficult at the moment to play out there because the grass is very uneven and bumpy. It's laid over the speedway track for the football matches. It's Fraser. Barrett. Now Bonds. Taylor. Lampard. Fulham massing the cover. Look at the white shirts. It's Brooking. Oh, brilliant ball to Bonds, who was very ambitious to take it on like that. But again, wonderful example of the imagination of Brooking. Look at the way he put the ball there for Bonds. Bonds had a little bit of time then, might well have steadied it. Alan Slough. McDowell for West Ham. Barrett was enough to upset him, and this is Slough, chased by Bonds. Slough wanted the foul. The referee has given the throw. McDowell. Moore. was a good ball to McDowell, made himself room. Brooking spells trouble all the time. Lampard. Lacey in the way to Moore. Slough. Fraser. Mullery with his free kick. Mitchell. Slough. Patton. Cockbush. Brooking. So much ability. Lampard. Forced to carry the ball, there's no one else available. Patton behind him. Now to Brooking. Cutbush. It's Conway. Good ball, Busby. Busby's really having quite a game. Fraser. 5 minutes to half-time, still no score. Bonds to Patton. Taylor. It's Conway for Fulham. Taylor made it his. Patton. McDowell. A little bit too anxious. He hadn't got a Fulham player within 10 yards. Mallow tried to find more. Kevin Locke. Moore. Conway. Conway enjoying Wembley. Mitchell. It's Bonds. To Patton. McDowell. Patton again. Taylor. Patton. Barrett got that, and that's Slough. Now Mullery. Bobby Moore. Fraser. Barrett wants it. Busby. Too many West Ham players. He was looking for Barrett. It's McDowell. Holland. Lacey. Bush. Conway. Mullery. Slough. Conway, number 8. Taylor quickly in, but this is Slough. But unlucky. Billy Bonds, number 4. 2 minutes to half-time. Brooking. Holland. Bobby Moore. Offside against Mitchell. Taylor to Bonds. Patton. Lampard. Jennings was there, and Jennings' great asset, despite his lack of size, ability in the air. Busby. Conway almost giving the players a breather, who's taken a long time. It's Busby. Another brilliant turn. Mullery to Conway, number 8. Taking on Bonds. Slightly awkward ball for Day. Taylor to Day. Played 45 minutes now. We haven't had a trainer on the field at all, so the referee should be blowing the whistle at any moment. Pat Partridge just looking at one of his watches, and there's the first 45 minutes over, goalless, and the crowd seem to have enjoyed it because they're rising to applaud the teams. It's a fascinating match, very evenly balanced. In fact, Fulham, the second division side, coming out showing no signs of nerves at all. Certainly had the better at the start of the match, but West Ham, as the game's gone on, drifting back more into it. And perhaps the biggest single influence in the West Ham side, the skill of the man in the picture now, Trevor Brooking. He really is finding space. His use of the ball has been splendid, and his skill has been evident on several occasions. John Collins, number 2 to Bill Taylor on the coaching staff, and Alex Stock, followed closely by Ron Greenwood and John Lyle. Ron Greenwood, manager of the West Ham side when they won the Cup in '64, and indeed manager of West Ham since 1961. In fact, West Ham, looking back through the records, I think have only had 4 managers this century, which speaks volumes for the club itself. And John Lyle, with Alex Stock now, looks destined to hold the job for some time by that rating. As West Ham kick off. Straight away to Brooking. It's Taylor to Lampard. Jennings was trying to worry Lacey, but Lacey's so dominant in the air. Moore with the kick. Busby. Conway. And he found Bonds. Holland. West Ham have tried to attack a lot on the right to put pressure on Fraser, number 3, but they haven't found him out so far. Patton to number 10, Brooking. Moore. That was Mullery. Peter Mellor, 20 clean sheets this season. Good glance there by Mitchell. Tommy Taylor. McDowell. To Lampard. Alan Turner. Lampard. Jennings. And again. Showed the ball to Mullery a bit too much, but this is Patton now for West Ham. Fraser. This young John Fraser playing solidly out of position at left back. Showing no signs at all of tension. Bobby Moore wanting action and movement. Locke. Holland. McDowell to Locke again. to Lampard. Brookie. What a good ball again to Bond. And Moore stole it. Lacey. It's Conway. Mullery. Lacey. Graham Padden. Alan Taylor. Goal kick. Alan Taylor, what a remarkable story this is. This boy was with relegated Rochdale last season. Rochdale relegated from the third division to the fourth. And here he is, bought for £40,000, played only a handful of first-team games, appearing in the FA Cup final. It was Brooking. Bonds. Holland. Billy Bonds. Well beaten by Mitchell. That was firm enough from McDowell, and good play. And they were looking for the rebound that was almost there. Alan Taylor looking for what came spare. Headed by Barrett. Tommy Taylor. McDowell. Lampard square. Alan Taylor. Padden. Bonds. Was Fraser. And whistle's gone. And one of the players limping. It looks like Alan Taylor. Fraser for Fulham. Slough. Moore. Mullery's calling. Mullery. Fraser. Slough in trouble. Holland beat him now. Brooking. Holland again. Alan Taylor going wide to the left, and what a recovery tackle by Slough. Given away. Now Brooking. Bonds on the run. Fraser who put it out. Alan Taylor. Corner. Tommy Taylor's the defender who's coming up into the 18-yard box, and Graham Patton is the man who'll take the corner. They've put Alan Taylor right on the goal line against Mellor, and Graham Patton with his left foot to take the corner. Swinging in. It's Mullery. Whistle's gone. Offside against Alan Taylor. It's Brooking. Jennings. Conway for Fulham. Busby's gone wide on the right. Mullery's gone outside, number 4. Lock. Referee helped. And finally Lampard. Lacey leaving it for Bobby Moore, which was slightly dangerous. Moore, what a beautiful ball to Busby. He picked him out over about 40 yards. Good play by Lock. Lock, who hasn't put a foot wrong at the heart of this West Ham defence. Now Mullery for Fulham. Busby. Conway. Bonds, and the crosses are not coming in. Fulham with a couple of chances to cross. The final ball hasn't been quite good enough. Mullery looking for Mitchell. Good turn, he's free! And Day left him nothing. Day was tight on the post. Watch this turn by Mitchell, he was so quick. The shot brilliantly struck. The goalkeeping immaculate because Day gave him no room at the only place he could shoot at. Conway with the corner. Lacey's right up again. But this time, never looked like getting there. Cutbush, beaten by Holland. Brookie, whistle's gone. Lampard to Locke. Taylor. Alan Taylor. It's Fraser who beat him and found Mitchell. Conway. Fraser, look where he's turned up. Has the ball out? No. Alan Slough dropping back quickly to cover Fraser in the left-back position. Graham Patton for West Ham. Bonds. Patton. Locke. Patton. Good ball, Jennings, and that was no good. Lacey was the clearing player, but Jennings didn't lay the ball off properly. Patton. Tommy Taylor. McDowell. Bobby Moore. Now Bonds for West Ham. Cutbush. Slough. Bonds again. Patton. And this West Ham midfield trio beginning to grip it. Locke. Lampard. Jennings. It's Lampard again. Foul for Taylor, who was poaching behind. Free kick, Fraser foul. Bobby Moore. Busby. I think he likes better than trying to run a player and attack him. Tommy Taylor. Slough to Lacey, who crept up unnoticed. It's Mullery. Or rather Conway, sorry. Moore to number 3, Fraser. Conway. Number 3, Fraser. Mullery, Fraser again. Conway to Mullery. There really is a lot of confidence in this Fulham side. Bobby Moore. Oh, that was wasted. Holland. Brookie. Kevin Locke. Good run by Brooking. Lampard. It's a strange ball then that started that West Ham move, played by Bobby Moore across field. He really got no one to play it to. He might have been hoping a player would make a run, but in fact it wasn't hit properly at all. Mullery. Mitchell. Locke. I suspect actually on a lot of these high balls The wind is troubling the players, and also it's difficult to play the ball at the right pace too when you've got the wind behind you. Slough Fulham. It's Fraser. Won by McDowell. Bonds. Locke. Patton. Holland. Oof. Just rescued by Patton. Tommy Taylor. McDowell. So much starts from this fullback. Brooking. McDowell made a lot of ground and almost enough. Slough the tackler, more the clearer, but only found Brooking. Cutbush. Lampard, safety first. Billy Bonds. McDowell. Locke. Crowd being a bit restive. Both sides really lacking penetration. And it's really only when Brookings had the ball that chances have looked up. Clear chances. Did he get the corner? Yes. Alan Taylor. A roar from the West Ham supporters. Taylor goes into the 6-yard box. That's Alan Taylor. Tommy Taylor right up on the outside, number 5. And it's Patton with his own brand of awkward in-swinging corners. The wind will carry it slightly too. Bobby Moore. Patton again. Moore again. And again. It's twice past Partridge has got in the way in the 18-yard box. Fraser for Fulham. Mitchell. Conway. Mullery found himself so much space today. Cutbush. Oof. No whistle. Oh, two mistakes by Cutbush, and this is Holland. Taylor's in the middle, but covered now by Moore. Jennings. Alan Taylor. Right through Peter Mellor. And the fairy story grows. Cutbush was in terrible trouble. Beaten by Holland, this is where it all developed. Jennings found room number 7. The shot well struck. The goalkeeper couldn't hold it, and Taylor knocks it straight through the goalkeeper. Alan Taylor, the man who went into the 4th division with Rochdale 12 months ago, gets the lead goal in this cup final, and what a fairy story this is. 2 in the 6th round, 2 in the semi-final, and now 1 in the final. What a sweet return for £40,000. 16 minutes of the second half gone, 1-0 to West Ham. Fraser for Fulham. Moore to Lacey. Bobby Moore looking to Fraser. Barrett. Broke for Taylor. Lacey looking to Mellor and then turns to Moore. West Ham's great song, I'm Forever, blowing bubbles, ringing round the stadium. Both sets of supporters have been pretty quiet so far, but now they're beginning to breathe. Conway. for Fulham. This is going to be a real test of these young Fulham players and what Mullery and Moore can do for them. They've stood up well to West Ham so far, but the mistake by Cutbush and then really by Mellor must have locked out of the players, and it will need players like Mullery and Moore to lift them. Now Slough. Mullery. Cutbush. Patton. Well won by Slough. Lampard. Wembley now a different place. One end of this great arena, flags, banners, claret and blue. At the other, the Fulham supporters in their black and white, getting over the shock and trying now to lift the team. Bobby Moore wanting players to spread. Busby, McDowell, free kick. Bobby Moore's going to take this against this bank of supporters that he used to be loved by. Mullery. Conway, Cutbush, too long. Bonds beginning to break. Jennings, Bonds again. Tried to find Patton. There's Lampard, cleared by number 2, Cutbush. Patton again. Patsy Holland, who started the goal move through the fullback's mistake. Patton found space. And Taylor again! And the ball came back off Mellor once more. And this young man, who's got such tremendous goal instinct, there to snap it up. Superb shot by Patton. The goalkeeper couldn't hold it, and Alan Taylor gets his 6th goal at FA Cup football in 3 rounds. 65 minutes, 2 goals in 4 minutes, and no one would dare to write a story like this, even in a fictional world. Taylor 2 for West Ham. 20 minutes gone in the second half. And Fulham must really wonder what's hit them. They've done so well, and suddenly the game's come undone. Holland. Bonds. McDowell. Well won by Mullery. Now Busby. He'll have to take Taylor on, there's no help. And he got the corner. There's Busby, quick to turn, always looking to attack players. And it's Barrett with the corner. Hit long for Lacey. Cutbush, he did well. It's Tommy Taylor. Cutbush then desperate to make up for the earlier mistake that led to the first goal. John McDowell, Mervyn Day, Conway with the corner. Was Brookie. Mullery. Whistle's gone. No signs of jubilation really on the bench from the two most experienced men, Ron Greenwood and John Lyle. And the instructions are to Pat Holland. Exactly halfway through the second half. Patton going to take the kick. McDowell. McPatton to Bonds. Taylor. Won by Barrett, now Fraser. In trouble for Brooking. Mitchell. That was Mitchell, now Busby. What a good match this lad's had. Conway elected not to hit it. Mullery, Conway again. Too many claret and blue shirts. One against one. Taylor is so quick against Fraser. And Lacey back. More for Fulham. Barrett, Slough, Mullery. Barrett. Taking on McDowell and getting the corner. To Lacey. Oh, so awkward. Swinging in the wind and not out of play yet. Barrett. Just over the top by Slough. Slough and Busby went into that. Lacey, Mullery, Billy Jennings fighting for it. Conway to Lacey. Busby. Ball was out. The West Ham supporters behind the goal that West Ham are defending. A few rather forlorn flags at the other end. And Fulham really now with a long way to go. 19 minutes left and 2-0 down. Bobby Moore never on a losing cup final side. Jennings. Graham Patton with the throw. Jennings, good turn. And Miller good enough too. He's only found Tommy Taylor. Well, it was locked to Taylor. And the way Barrett, now Tommy Taylor again. Kevin Locke, this boy in possession, only 21, has really looked a very natural successor to Bobby Moore. He's been cool, he's been composed, and look at him now, directing senior players and wanting movement and action. only found Mullery this time. Fraser. Barrett. Fraser again. Moore. Mullery. Moore again. Slough looking to the right. Cutbush. Alan Mullery. Bobby Moore. Fraser. Slough to Mullery. Fraser on a good run, he did well too. Lampard now finding Brookie. He's only got Billy Jennings in front of him. Patton's arriving. Holland's there too now. There's Patton. Brooking coming short. Barrett. Bonds. McDowell. Tommy Taylor. Alan Turner. Barrett. It was awkward for Fraser. West Ham really in the second half, been a different side. They've got a grip on the game, attacking, not constantly, but certainly very much more than in the first half. Looked altogether lively and much more in control, especially in the middle of the field. Tommy Taylor only found Fraser. Bobby Moore. Slough. Cutbush. Fullback hadn't got much left. 15 minutes left for Fulham to perform a miracle. 2-0 down, both goals scored by Taylor, and here's Mitchell. That was almost the start of the miracle, because Day had to spread himself, and Day was right across the line of that, although he couldn't hold it. Well struck on Mitchell's favourite side, and Mervyn Day right across the line of the ball, flung his body, spread it across there, and it came off his legs, believe it or not. McDowell. That was an important save by Mervyn Day. Lacey and Jennings, and Lacey big enough. Brooking. Taylor, beaten by Fraser. Slough. Tommy Taylor. Bobby Moore. Barrett. In the way was Patton, another chance for Barrett. Conway. Mullery. West Ham with a lot of defenders back. Fraser on a run. Awkward ball to take. Alan Turner. Brooking for West Ham. Bonds. Brooking. Good play. Ghosting his way through. Patton! And Conway, intelligent enough and quick enough to get in the way. Patton's left foot is best, the one that led to West Ham's second goal. Trevor Brooking walking across to take this one. Taylor on the goal line with Mellor. He must be haunting Mellor, who must be so aware of Taylor, who's taken both goals off the goalkeeper's body. There's more. Trevor Brooking. Lock. McDowell, number 2. Tommy Taylor, 5. Right through the lot to Patsy Holland. Bobby Moore. Fraser flogging those tired legs. He's had a match, you'll remember. Alex Stock really said he believed in him, right back or left back. He's produced what surely must be one of his best club performances. It's Mitchell. Number 4, Mullery, and now Lampard. Alan Taylor. Brooking. Jennings has gone wide on the left. Offside. Bush to Moore. Slough. Mitchell. Barnes was the quickest to react, but foul given. And a chance for Fulham now to test this defence. Murray to Barrett, and he wouldn't go for him. He's done him. And it was Bonds who he wriggled round, but unfortunately, as on several occasions, when Fulham have been in a position to cross, the cross has been wasted. John Lacey with Bobby Moore. Billy Jennings is the West Ham player. Lacey. Mullery, and again. Conway to Cutbush. 10 minutes left. 10 minutes in which surely Fulham will hope to get some sort of goal to give them hope. Mitchell, the man who's come nearest to scoring. But if Fulham can just steal a goal, we should get the sort of finish that this second half has deserved. Taylor to McDowell. Alan Taylor. Brooking, what a good run by him, and a piece of skill that beat even his own players. Now McDowell. Brooking was light years ahead of the rest then in thinking. And Moore. Busby, chance to break, Barrett's loose on the left. Chosen the other way though. Remarkable how he got away with that, but good play. Mullery. Conway wide. To Slough. Bonds. Brooking and Lacey. And Lacey penalised. Trevor Brooking, original in so much of his play. The ball he pulled back then beat his own players absolutely completely, but also had the defence in trouble. Lacey, now Mullery. Conway still battling. Bush, Mullery. It's Mitchell. Slough. Fraser. Bonds cut it out, but not too well. And is that a foul? No. And it could be a problem here now for Fulham. It's Holland. Patton's looping on the left. Patton in the centre, Jennings, but there's Lampard. Mellor so spectacular. Patton free. What a nice ball he played back, and what a tremendous shot Frank Lampard produced. Mellor right in the top corner. Free kick. Moore can't wait. Mullery. Barrett. Trying to run back down, and this time he's done it. It's Taylor in the way. Holland. Alan Taylor, number 9. To Brookie. Good ball again. Patton. Slough cleared it. Lampard for West Ham. Brookie. Lampard. Moore beat him easily. Look at that. Conway. Moore. Mullery. Slough. Bush. 5 minutes to go. West Ham's goals both scored by Alan Taylor. It's Moore. Won by Taylor. Moore again. John Lacey. Mitchell. Bush. Alan Slough, number 10. Tommy Taylor is 5. That's Conway. Mullery. Conway again. Mullery. Still full of enthusiasm. Conway. Moore. Complete miskick by Alan Taylor. Holland. Fraser to Mitchell. 4 minutes left. Barrett. Busby. Busby spun on that, but it was on his weaker foot, his left. Billy Jennings for West Ham. Brookings. Well played by Jennings. He picked out Bonds with radar accuracy. Patton to Jennings. And remember, Jennings started this move on the right-hand side of the field. Lampard. The crowd shouting easy, but really it's never been easy for West Ham. Although in this second half, they've done well. Now Barrett really attacking them and beating them for speed. I was held, and that was an unworthy ending to a brilliant run by Barrett. Locke complaining, but not at the referee, but at his defenders. Just look at this run by Barrett. Defenders coming from all directions, and finally, the indignity for West Ham of holding him. Left. Can Fulham get the goal that will give them hope? True, not much, but a goal at this stage could make a considerable difference. Bobby Moore, Slough, well blocked. It was Lacey, McDowell, and Mullery for Fulham. Lacey's waving, and that's for him. Lacey, Cutbush, Slough, and Taylor cleared it. Bonds to number 8, Patton. 2 minutes to go. We've had no trader on the field at all during this match. So surely now, little hope for second division Fulham. Broke to Jennings. Mullery, Moore. Conway, Slough, Cutbush, Busby, well glanced, Mitchell, Taylor's leg just long enough. Slough, Cutbush, Mullery calling, Moore wants it. Premature whistles from the West Ham supporters. McDowell in the last minute. Brookie. Taylor, number 9. Scorer of 2 goals and looking for the third. That's Moore. Fraser to Mullery. Fraser. Bonds back to Tommy Taylor in the last half minute. Lampard. And for West Ham, well, they know now they must win the cup, and they're just playing out top. Fraser, Alan Taylor, Billy Jennings. Through the ball, Cutbush. Playing whatever time the referee adds on, and in this match, no injuries at all. The trader has never been on the field, and there's been no time wasting either. Pat Partridge looks at his watch. Patton with the corner. Taylor just didn't touch it. Bonds, now Lampard. John McDowell. Possession, all they need, and they don't need that now because they've won the FA Cup. Bobby Gould, the substitute who didn't get a chance to play, comes on. Alex Stock, the first to congratulate his opposite numbers, but Alan Taylor completes one of the stories in the long romance of the FA Cup. Never played a complete game until the 6th round, scored twice against Arsenal, then twice in the semi-final against Ipswich, and now twice in the final. Mervyn Day, whose save from Mitchell in the second half was vital. Trevor Brooking really delighted this crowd with his skills and imagination. But Wembley really today belongs to Alan Taylor. John Lyle, 9 months in management, savours the joy of winning the cup. And Alan Mullery says well done. And so West Ham now mount the steps, led by the skipper, Billy Bonds, on the way to receive the trophy. Bonds followed by Frank Lampard. The cup to be presented by His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent, President of the Football Association. Italian salute. The plinth for Frank Lampard, and the glory for the little man who follows, Alan Taylor, the boy from non-league football 18 months ago, from the 4th division this season. 6 goals in 3 rounds of the FA Cup, and the 2 that won the final. Bobby Gould, the substitute. Kevin Locke, so composed, so cool. Patsy Holland, the last-minute choice. Mervyn Day, who saved from Mitchell, was so important. Tommy Taylor, solid in defence. Patton, free so often in the second half on the left. Billy Jennings from 3rd Division Watford. McDowell with his ooh as he sees his medal. And Trevor Brooking, the most skillful man on the pitch. Alan Mallory, the first time he's lost a cup final. A winner with Spurs in '67 and in '71 in the League Cup. Tommy Trinder, the chairman, congratulates his players. And indeed, they've done remarkably well all the way through. That's Alan Slough, Conway, Les Barrett, and Fulham, even in defeat, won a lot of friends today. John Cutbush, Viv Busby, here's a remarkable performance up front. And finally, John Lacey, so dominant in defence in the air. And still the Fulham players going through. Haven't seen Bobby Moore go through yet. It's Fraser, the young left back. John Mitchell, Peter Mallow. And finally, and surely for the last time, Bobby Moore, who's graced Wembley so often and with such dignity. The substitute, Barry Lloyd, and the officials. Pat Partridge, the referee, and the 2 linesmen, Mr. Challis and Mr. Holt. The celebrations around Wembley already beginning, and although there are some 750 policemen on duty, there's no way they've been able to stop these West Ham supporters getting on the pitch. The players absolutely lost, engulfed by these supporters. Billy Bonds. And it almost sounds as if a supporter has got hold of the Wembley public address microphone. Bobby Moore and Alan Mallory, 2 players who dignified the game in every sense throughout their careers. Moore 34 and Mallory 33, in the twilight of their careers, applauding the Fulham supporters as they applaud Moore and Mallory. The pair of them never before on a losing cup final side at Wembley. They've been here 5 times in cup matches between them, but leave the arena for what surely must be the last time. The FA Cup seems to have been lost without trace. And so too a lot of the West Ham players. And in fact, looking down there, it looks as if they've been called into the tunnel under the royal box until the crowd clear the pitch. The crowd now responding to the loudspeaker appeal to leave the pitch. The Fulham players already back in the dressing room. Billy Jennings. And Billy Jennings, if I can get the geography right, is right in the middle of an enormous crowd of supporters. And it looks as if West Ham are almost ready to go. Meanwhile, one must spare a thought for those Fulham players. Apart from their own supporters above the tunnel, their exit unnoticed. And so, West Ham, cup winners, last time in 1964, on the traditional lap of honour. Frank Lampard, number 3, Billy Bonds, the captain, number 4. And this is what the more restrained fans up there have been waiting for. The glimpse of the cup in West Ham hands. Track just to the left of the players, a great mass of spectators have broken over onto the greyhound track, being held back by the police. Billy Jennings salutes. Alan Taylor lost in that mass. West Ham have made 3 buys this season, all significant. Keith Robson, who couldn't play today because of injury. This young man, Alan Taylor, and Billy Jennings, the striker from Watford. And really, they've been the difference between West Ham at the start of the season and the way West Ham have finished. It's Graham Paddon and Mervyn Day. Mervyn Day with a cup winner medal at 19, and so much surely to come. West Ham now approaching the Fulham end, and a lot of the Fulham supporters paying their own tribute. For Fulham, as manager Alex Stock has always stressed, the final itself a tremendous bonus for the second division club, the greatest achievement in Fulham's history. And now their supporters rise to West Ham.